So just to be clear, you
yeah.
use that New York Rangers analogy for a player making $1 million. We talked about that last week. Do you want to explain that just really quickly?
Yeah, there's an there's an article. I think it was in I forget who wrote it or published it. It's either in the Hockey News or ESPN. What $1 million gets you as an NHL player in New York, and I think a lot of people would be shocked on what you'd be going home with $1 million, especially with $1 million with the 40% escrow. I wouldn't even go. I think I'd just go get a normal job and say, you know what?
Well, just to be clear, for anybody watching right now, you're saying if an NHL player playing, let's say in New York, which is a very expensive city to live in, if you make $1 million, half of that is going to be taxed right off the bat. So now you're down to $500,000. And then if escrow, because escrow might not go from 8 to 12 up to 35 to 40%, the $500,000 left. Now you're losing another $300,000 to $400,000. Now that player out of $1 million only has a million and a bit $100,000 to show for it. And then you said a studio apartment $7,000 a month or something like that, correct?
400 or 500 square feet. It's like $7,000 to $8,000 a month.
So you're going to pay to play.
Those guys will be playing. Those guys will be paying to play, and it just sucks for guys that work their entire life to nail down a life-changing contract that you're set for the rest of your life. You worked your entire life for that contract. And if you're making $5, $6, $7 million a year, that's gonna be a tough hit, man. I'd be pissed. But that's the world we live in. I mean, there's companies that have went under. There's people that aren't working that have families. There's, this thing has done a number on every part of society. So, it's brutal. I have friends in Calgary here that work in the oil industry that took 40% pay cuts.
Yeah, I think sometimes the challenge is people say, "Oh, I don't have, you guys make millions," and I sit there and go, "Well, let's back that train up a little bit." I said, they commit. It's not, you see the tail end of your results, but for 15 years you played in all these arenas, stayed away from your family because you're on the road all the time. All your friends are having.
I've been gone from home since I've been 15.
Exactly. And so you sit there and then you have this very short window to make an amount of money, right? But there's a ton of people with their hands out, as you know. You got to pay your taxes. You got to pay escrow.